All right. Welcome back to the best channel on YouTube for finding gig economy jobs, passive income, active income, side hustle, starting your own business. We about that entrepreneurial life. Yes, sir, ski. Now, a lot of you guys have been requesting where can you find quality cargo vans, sprinter vans, and vehicles to rent and start this courier business. I got you. This is the video you've been waiting on. So hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and pluck that notification bell because I'm here 2-3 times a week with these gems to help you get rolling and start making money in all aspects of life. All right, so that's how we boss up. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna talk about, I got about 10, 12 companies you guys can rent vans from, as well as cars, SUVs. You kind of know your market, know what you're going to do, whether you're doing medical courier work and you want something smaller, some of the smaller cargo vans, the the smaller transits, a vehicle sedan. A lot of times you're driving over 200 miles with some of these contracts, so you want something fuel efficient, and the stuff you're delivering is not that big, so you might not need a van. Or you could be doing auto parts delivery, which is a lot of companies are hiring for auto parts delivery. What you do is just go online, Indeed, Google, just type independent contractors in my area, auto parts delivery, followed by your city or followed by your state. And I guarantee you will find these companies. It's not that hard to find them, but it is hard to get on and get hired because hundreds of thousands of people are doing the same thing. They're trying to find work. So you got to make yourself stand out. And one way to stand out is already having the right equipment for the job, i.e. cargo vans. So I'm going to show you where to get the cargo vans right now. So first one, Fetch Truck Rental. Fetch Truck. This is my personal favorite and the personal brand or website I go through to actually rent out my cargo van. So I'm actually going to see if I can find my cargo van. It's actually rented out right now for the next 2 days. Let's go out to Friday. And let's see, College Park, GA. Let's see if we can find my van on here. Well, this is a truck platform, great platform for finding vans and renting out your van. I make about $2,000 if I rent my van out, get about listed consistently over the full month without, taking it down and driving it myself. If I do that, then I make about $2,000 a month. Okay. I want 830. I want it for a day. Now let's see if we can find my van. And there it is, 5436 Riverdale, Georgia. If you look, that's the same address as ECO Suites. This is where I have my co-working space and I, post my van and rent it out. Now, of course, it's not a Nissan, it's a Ford Transit. I really don't know how to change that picture. I got to figure out how to change that picture. But they said you can. But anyway, so I rent it out for $79 a day. Run it up to $80. I give you 200 free miles. And then it's 79 cents a mile after that. Let's see where it's located, right here on Riverdale Road. Oh, there it is. There's the real pictures. Right there. So you see it. You see what it's about. And then you just go on here and rent it. So that's Fetch. They all over the country pretty much. Let's actually look at some other markets. Let's go Philadelphia, folk. Pickup time. Let's see if they're in Philly. Need this for 3 days. Let's see what we can get up and valid date and time. Okay, that's today. Can't do that. Let's go. Okay, so if in Philly area. So they got, stuff all the way down here in New Jersey, Delaware, all over the Philadelphia area. Here's a box trucks. Oh, here's a car. Where's the van? Here's a van, 79. So here's a 6's van. I need to raise my prices up. So here's one 9-inch, kind of comparable to my van for $69 a day. They only do 150 miles. I do 200. So you kind of start seeing what the rates are in your area. You definitely want to shop around. Always shop around. There are different prices, different markets have different prices, have different availability, but you're always going to search, you're going to shop, you're going to find the best price, the best vehicle for you. And you're not just going to go to one website like Fetch, you're going to go to some more. So here is another peer-to-peer website, very similar to like Turo or the Fetch platform, where you have this regular people, me and you, who own vans. We put them on these platforms to make extra money. So I have my van on here as well. I have not had any hits or leads by placing my van on this platform, but there is an opportunity. This company is backed by Ryder, so it's very reputable. They got money behind it, so anything happens, the van is not there. You don't have to worry about your money getting taken, about being scammed, about something not going right. If something happens with the van, if items not listed as properly, the van is not, what's pictured, you can always contact them and resolve the issue very quickly. Same way with Fetch. They are a newer company, a startup, but they have great customer service. And a lot of times the renters even contact me and ask me questions about the van. I had a guy ask me, about dimensions and everything. So it can be hands-on and hands-off as you make it. Like I said, as you see, it's backed by Ryder right there. So Coop, does the same thing where you can rent your trucks, truck sharing platform. So people like me who have pickup trucks, box trucks, cargo vans can rent it out. And you can rent my vehicles as well. What's required to rent? Qualify for account. All business must pass financial history check, Dun and Bradstreet, and it had an active USDOT number. Okay, I didn't know that. You got to have an active USDOT number to rent on Coop. Not sure if it was a way around that. It's always a way around a lot of stuff. Do you need to provide your own insurance? No, Coop does the insurance. How does the vehicle pick up, drop off work? Vehicle coordinated, mobile application, deposit hold on the credit card. Yep, do a deposit hold. All right, so that's Coop right there. Okay, so as you see, it kind of populated the Riverdale Road automatically. I want to do that, but you can see this one is estimated total $15. Oh, for an hour. Okay. So if you want it for an hour, you can rent this for $15 with a $150 deposit. Okay, cool. So total will be $173 with all the fees, and then you get your refundable deposit back after you bring the van back, and you're not over mileage, over fuel, and everything like that. I might need to try this one now. I rent my van on here. I think this one is a little bit less hands off. You have to actually like give them the van and let them hold it and rent it out for a period of time. So I think that's why I haven't done this one. But this is another great option. You see, they have very reasonable hour-long rates. And then Fluid works the same way. Let's see if we can find some requirements. Let's see how you guys can get started with these companies, renting. Why rent? Fluid, preferred, easy, 24 access to the mobile app. Eliminate vehicle ownership costs. You can list your vehicle and some of the top cities they're in. So that's Fluid. Let's go on. So now, these are three I just knew about off the hand from doing my own research in the van space, renting out my own van, finding vans to rent for my business. Now, outside of that, it's very easy to find other places to rent vans, guys. Google is your friend. I'm not sure if people just don't trust Google, don't know how to search properly, search or use search engine websites. It's just too daunting for you. I'm gonna do all the hard work for you today. But just type in cargo van rental, found me over 10 companies to rent from. So let's go through them. First we got Alamo. Alamo has cargo vans. Find on Alamo. Alamo. And they got one car rental center. Select that one. And they got SUVs, minivans, and economies. I do not see any cargo vans. But here are some minivans. You want to get started. I know minivans is great to use with VHO. Some of these kind of last mile warehouses, these are great vans to use for those. Fuel efficient, but still hold enough area to hold up everything. So for 2 days, it's 2 days. Yeah, 2 days is $179 total. Usually, VHO routes pay out about between $150 to $200. So that may or may not be worth it for you to rent. But these are some of the things you got to keep in mind. Some of the things you got to think about. First, find the job, find the work. That's my advice. And then find the vehicle. So you know which vehicle you want, instead of going out and getting a van and sitting on it and having to pay all these insurance and payment fees. You can't, even use the van because you don't have any work. Next, we got Busmax. Yes, Busmax. They have rental cars, box trucks, cargo vans as well. Go on there, get a quote. This place is mainly based out of Atlanta, but they do have a couple of other locations as well. Busmax. Like I said, since I just typed in cargo van in my area, it's just kind of bringing me stuff. Next, we got Hertz. Hertz, who's got this dancing money. They had vans and trucks, pickup trucks, box trucks, cargo vans. They got everything you need. Let's see. And they got a place near Union City. They got the different icons here. Oh, wow. You can see exactly what they got. Let's find one that got all three. None of them got all three. All right, let's do the one in Union City. Let's see what they got for me. First, we got to find the dates. Let's do tomorrow to Friday, like we've been doing this whole time, guys. But you get a feel of it. I know this video is kind of running long and kind of boring, not entertaining as you like my videos to be, but this is full of information, full of places to get vans. So hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out in any of this content that I'm bringing you. And drop a comment down below. Think this is a stupid idea to rent vans or rent equipment to do courier, or if you had success with renting vans, let me know. Either way, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. All right, so it is spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning again, but it ain't coming up with nothing. We're gonna let that spin. We're gonna come back to Hertz. But Avis is another place that has cargo vans, box trucks, rental. They have their own commercial fleet as well as kind of a standard fleet. But here's the 12 passenger vans, 15 passenger vans, seats. So if you want to get into non-medical emergency or non-emergency medical transit in EMT, you need these vans. This is a great place to start renting your vans and getting that business rolling. Great way to do it. Great way to do it. I got a couple of videos on this channel about non-medical emergency transit. Nothing I do personally, but I have, took people to the hospital and to doctor's offices. But there are plenty of information online and on YouTube about how to get started in that space. This video is just here to find the vehicles that you need for these courier positions and courier jobs. And Hertz is still spinning. Okay, I don't mess with them today. Budget, less budget truck rental. They have great opportunities. Now I know budget, they require you to actually be a business. And I believe fluid truck as well. You have to be a business. So you need to have your LLC filed with the state, as well as your EIN number. And I think Fluid actually wanted you to have your DOT number as well. But like I said, all of these do not require that. They just want you to be a business, especially if you're going to rent a commercial vehicle. But let's be for certain, commercial trucks, personal rentals. You get commercial accounts. If you, I think you start commercial account. Those are the ones you have to be. And let's do tomorrow. Let's find some dates. Enter Valley, U.S. City. We return the truck in a different location. No, bringing it right back here. Let's find some trucks, baby. There we go. So here we go. We got a cargo van for $23 a day plus mileage. So you don't get any free miles. So that's where the extra money eats you up at. And that's why they got it listed for so cheap. They're going to hit you with the mileage. So that's going to come out easily to be over $80 a day. But like I said, you could be just going down the street and then that could work out for you. They got box trucks. They got the 16-foot box trucks. Like I said, the daily prices are unbelievable, but then you come down to the mileage, and that's when you see it's not as good as you think it is. So there's budget. Includes a one-day rental. How many miles? Let's say we might do 150 miles. Well, so 159 miles a day is 125 total. Yeah. So like I said, I know for specifically the auto parts contract I had with the company known as American Expediting, that contract paid me $225 a day. I drove an average of about 150, 160 miles around in kind of a circle up in Cobb County, if you're familiar with that area. Driving in there for a circle for about 6-7 hours to make $250. I spent, this was like last year, again, the height of the fuel situation. So fuel was kind of a little bit higher than it is now, but I was spending about $40 a day. That was from home, driving around and getting back home in my cargo van. And fuel a day. So, you kind of got to know what you're doing here. So in that regards, $125 a day might not be the move if you're doing a contract like that. But after you leave work, you can start doing more work. You can start doing moves. You can do stuff on the weekend. So, just don't limit yourself to these contracts and these contracts, doing medical courier, auto part, or last mile. A lot of those contracts are for 6-7 hours out the day, and then you got the rest of the day and the weekend to work. So keep that in mind. I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm just presenting options to you guys. Next, we got rider. Company must be in business for 2 years to qualify. So here's another one. You have to be in business with rider to rent their trucks. Some of the expectation they have for renters. You can see they want a company name. So it's always advantageous if you're doing this courier business. If you're looking to start it off, go ahead and set your business up. Like I said, here in Georgia, I am a registered agent, so I can help you set up your business, set up your LLC here in Georgia. It's only $100. Real simple, straightforward process. Other states are a little bit more expensive, so I do understand not just going out and getting your LLC or starting a business. You might not know how it works, but some places are affordable. And like I said, here in Georgia, I got 3 businesses start up, and those businesses help me obtain business credit, help me attain more money, help me grow and expand and get out the 9-to-5 rat race, my boy. So next, we're going to go to what's next? We got enterprise truck rental. Atlanta locations. You got most major cities have enterprise all over the city. You can see what they're renting, truck rentals, business use for personal use. I'm not sure if business use gives you an extra discount, lets you get better mileage rates, how that works out. All these companies have different rules. I have not rented actually have rented a van from Enterprise. It was a long time ago though. Yeah, it's actually during spring break in my younger years. We rented a van and took on the road. But the process, like I said, you gotta be 25 and up, or you have to pay a little extra fee if you're younger than 25. You can say for business, they want an account number. We do personal, you got a promotional code. So let's look what the difference is right there. They want an account number, but it's optional. And we want the cargo vans, and we want to pick it up. That's fine. Let's see. Let's use my area and go. Oh, wait a minute. They want to go. All right. So here we go. Forest Park, Fairburn, all by my area. Let's pick the Forest Park one. That time and date works for me. And location is closed during that time. God damn it. Oh, 12 p.m. How did it close at 12 p.m.? 9 a.m. to, we're going to bring it back 9. That's a Saturday. Let's keep it Friday. Maybe not open on the weekend. That's what that's about. Man, not open on the weekend. And here's a mini cargo van, $75 a day. 161 total for 2 days. 400 free miles. That's great. So this is something you can make some money with. $161. You can get that thing rolling all day, do some junk hauling, some moves, get some contracts. You got 400 free miles. That's for the 2 days. So it's 200 miles a day. That's still a lot of miles, especially if you're staying local in the city. You can do those miles a day, make some money, and pay off the rental. Here's 125. This is not even a Sprinter van. Here's a Sprinter van. Here's the one of the larger ones. Chevy Express, 125 a day. Here's one with a high roof, a Ford with a high roof, 125 a day. This is actually my van. I'm only renting out for 89 a day. So yeah, I think I need to raise my prices, man. My prices might be a little too low, but I'm making money, so it's all good. So we're going to breeze through the rest of these. As you see, like I said, each company has their own prices, has their own availability. Things will be different in your city, in your state. I'm only showing Atlanta. It's a big city, so they have a lot of companies here. Your state, town may not have everything available like I do, but just kind of keep in mind that when you're looking for these companies, Google is your friend. Just type in, cargo van rental, followed by your state, followed by your city. And that's what I did to find all of these companies. As you see up, I don't know if you can see it up here, but yeah, as you see up here, all these companies I got up here, they are all found just by me Googling cargo vans near me. And you can see the pricing, some of the rules they have for the renters, things you need to bring in, all of that. I'm not going to go into deep detail for all of these companies, but you can see which ones are renting. Some, require you to have your own business. Some don't. Even U-Haul is renting out cargo vans. Yes, U-Haul. U-Haul, they're going to hit you with that mileage. But like I say, it's a great way to get in, easy to rent. Start doing little mattress hauls like these, picking up from stores, putting ads out on Facebook, putting ads out on Craigslist, saying, hey, I'll do pickups, connected with small mom and pop furniture stores, saying, hey, I got a van, I can do furniture moves for you guys. Whenever somebody purchases a bed or purchases a sofa, give me a call. I'll charge you $100, within this certain amount radius, and I'll do the move for you. That's how you earn business, and that's felon-friendly advice. For you guys who hit me up with backgrounds, with records, I got you. I'm showing you how to boss up and get out here and get it, man. You can rent these vans from U-Haul with the record and start, making some money. Last but not least, Turo. Yes, Turo. Turo. I had my van on Turo. It was doing very well until Ford had a recall, and Turo is very notorious about keeping vehicles or recalls off their platform. So once I got that recall fixed, I just never went ahead and relisted it back on there. I should do it, but Turo's renters, they were the 3 people I had rented from Turo. They were the ones that brought the van back late, brought it back dirty. That was the more problem from renters than the Fetch platform. So that's probably another reason I haven't really rushed to put my vehicle back on Turo. Their renters are kind of sketchy, but I say it was great money. Turo's a great platform. Anything happened, I just called, showed pictures of all the discrepancies, and they paid me out extra gas fees and all that kind of good stuff. So that's Turo. As you see in Atlanta, they got 3 cargo vans, one Ford, a GMC, Dodge, a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. They got all different types, all different prices. This one got a 2015 for $200. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm definitely raising my prices up. All right, so that is my cargo van video. I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys learned some things. Definitely hit that like, definitely hit that subscribe button. I want to invite you guys out to my free Facebook group where I'm teaching you guys how to start gig economy, cargo van business, anything you got entrepreneurial wise. We're talking about it in that group. So go ahead and drop down in the description section. I have a link straight to that Facebook group, as well as my courier guide I just put out this morning. So a link to that courier guide. It's only $15. So go ahead, to all my subscribers, go ahead and jump on that courier guide. I got scripts. I got contracts in there. I got, things you can say, things to look out for, types of vehicles you may need for this certain job, or types of vehicles, equipment you may need for medical courier versus auto parts. So I break it down into about a couple of PDFs and a couple of Word documents for you to read through, all packaged in together, only for $15. You can get all that sauce I'm dripping off to you. All right, later, boss up, baby.